Registered Dietitian, and welcome to Healthy Made Simple, where I show you how to make healthy eating simple. In this video, I'm going to be sharing 3 packaged snacks that are healthy options. Now let's face it, a lot of us use packaged snacks, whether you use them for yourself, for your kids, whether you throw them in your lunch bag to have at work or at school, or just as a quick snack at home. It's a nice convenience item to have something that's already pre-packaged and ready to go that you can bring on the go with you or use it whenever you need something quick. Now, a lot of packaged snacks out there are not necessarily the best options, but thankfully there are some healthier options. Now, when I'm looking at healthier, what I'm looking at is making sure that I'm cutting back on sugar, cutting back on salt, and that the snack also contains some sort of fiber and protein to make it more filling and keep me full for the next few hours until the next mealtime. Now, if you're looking for ideas like this, these might be helpful to you. The options I'm going to show you are all available on Amazon. I'll show them to you on Amazon, but I've also bought all of these at Costco before, so I know Costco does carry them. I've seen them at Target before. I've seen them at local grocery stores before. So these aren't really niche items that you're only going to find in specialty stores. These do get carried in local grocery stores nowadays too. So if you haven't tried them before, check them out. But if you are interested, stay tuned for those 3 healthy packaged snack options that I'm going to be showing you. Let's go. Alrighty, the first healthy packaged snack I'm going to share is Hippeas. Now, if you're not familiar with Hippeas, Hippeas are chickpea puffs. They are a vegan product, but they're actually very, very delicious. If you've never tried them before, I highly suggest giving them a try. If you like Cheeto Puffs, cheese balls, it has that very similar airy, crunchy texture, and it still leaves that same residue in your fingers that Cheetos or Cheeto cheese puffs would typically leave on your fingers with these Hippeas as well. Instead, they're just made with chickpeas, which help give it more protein and fiber to make it a healthier option. Now, the one that I'm showing you on Amazon right now, this is their original flavor. It's the vegan white cheddar, but as you can see, they do have other flavors as well. They have a variety pack that has a couple other options. They have a salted option. They actually have some straws as well too, I believe, but these are the ones that I would typically buy, the chickpea puffs with the vegan white cheddar. So let's look a little bit further into these. Now, these ones that you're seeing on Amazon are the individually packaged ones like this. I know I've seen this in a big bag at Costco before if you didn't want to do individual bags or if you wanted to separate them out yourself to make it a little bit more of a cost-effective option. Now, what makes these so much healthier? If we're looking at the individual package and how it compares, I like that they have this comparison. I'll pull this picture up right here. So Hippeas puffs compared to other puffs, they talk about GMO, they talk about being plant-based, but what I'm mainly looking for is that nutritional content. So let's pull up the nutrition label. Now, if we look at the nutrition label, this is for one individual package. You get about 17 pieces in there, which I would say is a decent amount to make it feel like you're eating a snack. There's nothing worse than having a little packet of chips that only gives you like 5 or 6 chips in there, and it's not filling at all. So these are a little bit more on the filling side, I would say. And if we look at the ingredients, chickpea flour is that first ingredient. They use rice flour, yellow pea flour. Again, pea flour does help give it more protein too. And then of course you're going to see sunflower oil because let's face it, this is a packaged product, so it's going to need to have some oil in there. It's going to need to have a little bit of sugar in there as well to make it shelf stable. And then of course you see the seasonings on there that they use, but nothing really too out of the ordinary on the ingredients list, which is what I like to see. And then looking at this nutrition label. Now, if we look at the fat content here, you're going to see a total fat of 3.5 grams. Now, I'm never scared of the fat. What I am looking for is that saturated and trans fat. I want the trans fat to be as close to 0, saturated fat to be as low as possible, but this total fat does not scare me because there's a lot of healthy fats out there that our body needs that also make it a filling snack when they're incorporated in the snack too. So don't be scared of the fat. And then looking down into the sodium, that is one of the things I like to look at to make sure it's not super salty. And this one is pretty low in sodium, I would say, for a packaged chip type of snack. So I like that about this one. And then, of course, I look at fiber, sugars, and protein. This gives 2 grams of fiber, which is not a lot, but it's better than nothing. It's only got 1 gram of sugar. Now, I don't expect a lot of sugar from a packaged product like this that's on the saltier side. So 1 gram of sugar makes a lot of sense to me. But in general, I'm always aiming for at least less than 10 grams of sugar. Close to 0 as you can get, of course, with sugar, but less than 10 grams is what I want to go for with my packaged items. And then we got 3 grams of protein. So that protein along with the fiber is what is going to make this more filling. And then if I show you, I believe these are the different products that they have. As I mentioned before, the white cheddar is what we typically get. I've also gotten a variety pack that has the nacho vibes as well. That one's pretty delicious too. I personally haven't tried the barbecue or the sriracha sunshine, but I'm sure they're good. And they also have tortilla chips and veggie straws too. I have not checked these ones out, but I do like this brand in general. I like the product. It tastes good. It's got good nutritional value. So if you like that kind of puffed, crunchy, airy snack that's going to also keep you full, you're trying not to reach for those Cheeto Puffs, this could be a great alternative. So check these out. They're on Amazon. The individual bags are about $1 a pop on Amazon. And again, as I mentioned, you can get the big bag and just, package them out yourself in Ziplocs, which might be a more affordable option. Alrighty, now let's move on to our second packaged snack. The second packaged snack that I have is going to be a trail mix. It's going to be Nature's Garden Healthy Trail Mix Snack Pack. Now, I used to buy these from Costco. I know I see them still time to time at Costco, but they do carry them on Amazon too. We all know trail mix can be a great snack if you do the right proportion of, nuts to the sweet items in there. You can totally get trail mix that is going to be salty with a lot of M&M pieces in there. That's going to be higher in sugar. But finding that right balance and finding the products that give you a more balanced trail mix can be a great way of doing a healthier alternative to trail mix to make sure you're getting the most nutritional benefit out of it while cutting back on the salt and the sugar as well. So I do like this brand. I like how these taste. Taste is very important to me. I need my healthy food to taste good. If it doesn't taste good, I'm not eating it. And if I'm not eating it, then I'm not getting the benefits from it. So I always focus on finding things that I know are going to taste good. Now let's look at these ones. This is a 3 different kind trail mix variety pack. In this pack, first you get this heart healthy mix, which is going to have a blend of cranberries, walnuts, almonds, Brazil nuts, hazelnuts, and pepitas. The omega-3 deluxe mix right here in the middle is going to be a blend of cranberries, walnuts, pepitas, almonds, pecans, and pistachios. And this last one, cranberry health mix, is going to be a blend of cranberries, black raisins, golden raisins, peanuts, almonds, walnuts, pepitas, and sunflower seeds. So they're very similar. As you'll notice, they do have the dried fruits like cranberries in there and the raisins in there for that a little bit of sweetness, which I think is totally fine with a snack because we are looking for a little bit of sweetness sometimes. We're looking for a little bit of a sugar intake to help give us extra energy. So doing that in the form of dried fruits is a great option. And I like that you get just a little bit of variety between the 3 different packs, even though they do kind of contain the same mix of nuts and dried fruits. Now let's look through at the nutrition labels for these, just so I can show you the difference in what I'm looking for with trail mix. Now, I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit more here so I can show you, but it's a little bit blurry. I apologize for that. But if we're looking at the different packages, again, I'm not concerned with the calories. I'm not concerned with the total fats. In terms of ingredients, what's in these is actually what I read to you on there. I don't see that there's much more that's been added on top. It's just on any of the nuts that were maybe roasted will have the oil that was used listed on there, which is what we would expect. Now, Of course, the best option would be to do unsalted, unroasted, plain old raw nuts. But let's face it, that doesn't always taste good. So we need an option that's going to be a more yummy option. So hence these trail mix packs. Now, looking again back at the nutrition facts, as I mentioned, I'm not concerned about the fat content. These are going to be higher in fat because they are loaded with healthy fats, omega-3 from all the different nuts you're going to get in there. So it's not abnormal to me that we're seeing more than 10 grams of fat in each of these. If we look at sodium, it is 0 milligrams, which is what I love to see. These are all unsalted nuts, and trail mix can be pretty high in sodium and can leave you feeling maybe a little bit bloated just because of all that extra sodium you might be getting from it. So I love that these don't have salt. Now, looking back down towards fiber and sugars and protein, in terms of fiber, very similar to the Hippeas, about 2 grams of fiber in each of these, which I would say better than nothing. Again, it's not meant to be a big fiber source, but you want to have some fiber incorporated to make it a more balanced snack. And then in terms of sugars, 9 grams, and one of them, the cranberry one, since it's so much heavier in the dried fruits, is going to be 11 grams of sugar, which I know is above that 10 grams that I like to go for, but having that every once in a while, that extra gram of sugar is really not going to make a big difference in the long run. That's just kind of the guideline that I try to stick to. And then lastly, looking at protein, they each have about 4 grams of protein. And again, you're going to get that protein from the nuts, which makes it a more filling option. And when I say more filling, it takes your body more time to digest fat and protein, which is why it keeps you full for a longer period of time. We digest carbohydrates a lot more quickly, so they go through our system quickly and we get hungry more quickly afterwards as well. So I always focus on incorporating more fiber and protein so that the meal or the snack we're having is a more balanced, healthy option. And I'll show you what these look like. These are a decent sized bag. I'd say you get a lot of nuts and dried fruit pieces in there, so it's not just a few pieces that you're going to see. These are some promotional pictures that they have on their website, but here are the 3 options again. Again, they promote the calories and the protein, but as we looked at the nutrition label, there's a lot more other healthy benefits to these trail mix packets from Nature's Garden. So check these out on Amazon. And again, it's about $21 for a pack of 24. So they're a little less than $1 each. You may be able to find a more affordable option at Costco. I don't remember how much it costs there, but check out your local grocery store as well. You may find these there too. Alrighty, and moving on to our third and last packaged healthy snack. Now that one is going to be Kind bars. I'm sure you've heard of Kind bars before. They've been around for a long time, and they've always been a great healthy snack option. Now I know they contain chocolate. We're kind of making our way here. The first option I had was a salty one. The second one I had was both sweet and not salty, but more of a filling, kind of a almost, I want to say fattier, but not in the sense of like fried fatty, but because it's higher in fat content. And then now this last option we're going for is going to be a little bit higher in salt, a little bit higher in sugar, for those days when you are craving that sugar, you are craving that salt, but you're trying to do something that's going to be a healthier snack. Kind bars are kind of what I go to when it's that afternoon and I want something chocolatey and sweet, and I don't want to just eat a chocolate bar. I want it to be a filling snack. I'll usually do a Kind bar paired with maybe a piece of protein or a piece of fruit or a vegetable just to kind of round it out a little bit. But let's look at Kind bars. There are so many different flavors. The one I'm showing you is a dark chocolate and nuts one. With sea salt, there is almond and coconut, caramel almond and sea salt, crunchy peanut butter, dark chocolate cherry cashew, pomegranate blue pistachio, and all grocery stores as far as I've seen carry these. Bigger grocery stores carry them. I know Costco sells these. We buy the big packs from Costco that I believe are a 2 variety pack, which have a almond and nuts one, kind of similar to this one, and it also has a peanut one as well too. But I know you can find them at your local grocery stores too, so just always be on the lookout for whenever they have sales on these and just stock up on them. They do last a while. Now let's look at why Kind bars are a good, healthier snack option. I'm sure you can see on here on their packaging, they boast about how they have 5 grams of sugar and 6 grams of protein, which is more protein than we have seen so far with the other options. So let's look at the ingredients. Again, it says number 1 ingredient on there is heart healthy almonds. And I love looking at the ingredients list because it's really going to give me an idea of how the food in there, the components in there are structured. Ingredients list is listed in the order in which you can find them, from the most present in the product to the least present. So the first ingredient you're going to see on there is what it's mainly composed of, which is almonds. And if you've ever had a Kind bar before, you'll know that there are big pieces of almonds that you're going to get in there, full almonds. And this one is going to be mainly almonds and peanuts. And then you'll see they use chicory root fiber, and that helps kind of bring in a little bit of sweetness and more fiber to this as well. And then you're going to find some ingredients on here that maybe are not necessarily the best options, but they do go along with the fact that this has chocolate in it. So these are ingredients that you're most likely going to see in other chocolates as well too. So they're kind of expected, but I still don't think they're too terrible. I know palm kernel oils gets a lot of slack out there. Sugar, glucose syrup, rice flour, unsweetened chocolate, alkalized cocoa, sea salt, soy lecithin, which is for a stabilizer, natural flavor, and cocoa butter. Again, maybe not something you want to have every single day, or if you do, just be mindful to pair it with other things and balance it with other snacks that you're having. But honestly, if you're the kind of person that eats maybe chocolate every day, this is going to be a healthier option. You have to kind of weigh the pros and cons of what you're getting. Now let's look specifically at the ingredients here, the nutrition facts. Again, it's going to be higher in fat, and I expect that because of all the nuts in there. Now you're going to see a little bit more saturated fat that you're going to find in this, and that's because it's not just nuts like the trail mix. We have the other additives that are going to make that chocolate component too. And then you can see it's higher in the unsaturated fats, and that's where a lot of this fat is coming from. Now, in terms of sodium, even though this does have sea salt, it is not too high in sodium. The sea salt's kind of just flaked on there. It's not like incorporated into the whole thing to make it a saltier dish. It's just a little bit of sea salt on top, so not too bad on the sodium. Looking at the fiber, this has got 7 grams of fiber, which is great. That fiber is really going to keep you full. And then looking at the sugars, it's only got 5 grams of sugars, which is a great option. That's underneath that 10 grams I was looking for. It's kind of interesting that something chocolatey like this is actually lower in sugar than a trail mix with dried fruits and nuts, right? So sometimes we just have to look at the nutrition label to see what we are actually getting and kind of weigh it compared to how other products are and what their nutrition facts are like. And lastly, this has 6 grams of protein, which I love. It makes it way more filling. You're getting a lot more protein, a lot more fiber with Kind bars, so that it becomes a more overall balanced snack. So while you may be getting these other ingredients like the oils and the sugars from the chocolate part of it, you're also getting bigger benefits from the fiber and protein. So again, balancing it all out is where it's at to make sure overall you're getting a nice balanced snack. And looking through the rest of these, again, they talk about how it's gluten-free. So if you do have a gluten allergy or an intolerance, this is a good option for you. The sugar and the protein content, it really is kind of one of the selling points, I would say, of a Kind bar compared to some of the other options out there. And I do find them a little bit more on the affordable side. Now this one, they're a little bit more than $1 each with what you're going to find on Amazon here, but I know you can find some great deals from Costco on these or at your local grocery store. Sometimes they do have sales, so check these out. If you've never had a Kind bar before, they may be a great packaged snack option for you to incorporate going forward. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video helped give you some good ideas for products that are available out there that are healthier packaged snack options, because we all do need it at some point or another, so might as well make a healthier choice when we can. And thank you so much for watching Healthy Made Simple. I really do hope my videos help give you inspiration to make healthy eating simple for yourself and your family. And if you haven't already done so, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. It really does help my channel grow. And make sure to leave a comment down below if you have any suggestions, thoughts, ideas for future videos. And I'd love to talk to you over YouTube to get your ideas and incorporate them in my future videos. Thank you again for staying tuned. Be on the lookout for future videos coming up, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.